welcome back, Pokemon GO players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is March 13, 2022. I'm your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Grace.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger Please, and I am very excited, to speak on Pokemon Go this week.
Yeah, we got some quite interesting news today. This week, I guess. We had, of course, a lot to talk about, mostly Community Day, a lot of hate and love about the game right now, our first Safari Zone of the year, and many other things that will go along, and if we need to actually make it a little bit more, we'll just run a rant, just like we always do, because that's how we do.
We're all here day, every day.
Yeah, right. We're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game, because we love the game just as much as you do. Don't forget that we are part of the Professor Network. Please check us out, professornetwork.com/Purified Podcasts. Wonderful people to work with every single day. They always do their podcast too, so I'm just like, I'm going to do this too. Anyways. All right, Chris, it's been a week. I'm glad that you are back from your trip. First and foremost, tell us, how was your trip?
It was very nice, despite the circumstances. But got to meet a lot of family that I hadn't seen since I was very, very young. They haven't seen me since I was 7. I'm now 23. So, yeah, they haven't seen me for a long, long time.
Right.
So that was very pleasant. Definitely a lot colder than what we're used to in Florida. I went up to Wisconsin, for those of you that don't know. It was very interesting. Got to catch some Tauros. Other than that, not too much going on up there.
All right.
At least for Pokemon Go. Let me put it that way.
Well, that's for sure. No shiny Tauros while you're out?
Nah. I have a few, though, that I can trade. But, not too much in the wild that I saw. I'd say the coolest things I saw was, some wild Gibbles and Dinos.
Right.
Just spawning at the house, basically.
Nice.
But, nothing too crazy after that.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I say so myself. So I guess we should start talking some Pokemon Go, since, my week has just been me working, going back to work after a week of vacation too. And just, going back at the grind, because we are adults and we gotta make money, just like we always do.
All day, every day.
Anyhow, but I always enjoy talking about Pokemon Go because it is the game that we love. And we're going to continue loving it until the game just tells us to not love it, because, that's how it is at one point. And how everybody is these days, so I guess that's how it is. Alright, let's recap some Hondos, Shinies, and PvP. What do we got?
Okay, I had no Shinies until the Calm Day. Which is fine. I usually, just expect the shinies for combat. So I was able to snag 3 of the Alolan Sandshrew for the shiny, and actually 5 for the Kanto. But what was really exciting about the Kanto shinies was I got back-to-back shinies from the snapshot encounters.
Oh, nice.
So I was flipping out at that. And then
was it one of each, or
no, 2 of the Kanto in a row.
Oh, okay.
And after that, I was just sitting in one place doing all my Ultra League battles, and I got a Yungoos encounter that was 499. It was a 14-15-15 Yungoos, and I caught it, and I was like, okay, that's really cool. I'll keep that in case I need to use a Yungoos for Ultra League. For whatever reason, a Gumshoe. And then literally the next Yungoos I got was a 502. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, hey, Julie, I think I just got a Hundo. And I catch it and yeah, it's a Hundo.
Nice.
So that was really exciting. Other than that, I guess some honorable mentions. I traded Julie a Rowlet. She traded one back, and I got a 15, 14, 15.
Okay.
I don't know how that looks for PvP, but it was very exciting.
PvPs are
Um,
always gonna have weird IVs, anyways.
yeah. Other than that, I'd say for PvP Pokemon, I've been just trying to hold on to Litten, Poplio, Rowlet. Yeah, pretty much just those three. Pick-a-Peck looks like it has some really interesting moves when it evolves to two cannon all the way. Like it's got like Bullet Seed, Rock Blast, and stuff like that. Um, but I don't think I have any high ranking ones yet. But I think the Charmer Primarina is probably going to be one you definitely want to look out for.
Right. Yeah, Primarina definitely one thing. Hey,
Oh,
Pepe
I
Chan,
see you
welcome.
messing with your two cannon.
Yeah, I was just making sure. I only have like flying moves on it, even though it's a Hondo, so one of the things. But that's great. That's great. So some interesting IVs, some pretty good Pokemon, some Hondos, or at least a Hondo. But that is pretty cool. All right, we'll start with the Hondos today. I got two Hondos this week. Not too bad. Dunsparce from a research, just a regular research. I didn't know it was a Hondo until I got it today. And then a Sandslash. So I did evolve it all the way to Sandslash, and it has Nice Slash because of, its Community Day move. So that's good. I do have, I did have a Sandslash from before, and a Alolan one. So that one's ready for PvP too. Or not PvP, it's a Hondo. It should actually be called Sandslash, but you know what I meant. Then after that, Shinies. Did I get anything before Gum Day? I did. I actually got a Hondo, or not a Hondo, a Shiny Hondo randomly after the Yangus. Although I probably talked about that last time, but I can't remember right now. And then, how many Shinies did I get? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 9. Hold on. Because I actually transferred some to home, and I was like, okay, that works too. I got 13 plus 4, that's 17. So I got 17 Chinese in total. And that's mostly because I actually started late. I wasn't really like super grindy and said I need to go out like right at the time this starts. I was doing a few things around the house that I wanted to do before I actually get there. Then it got pushed a little bit more because whatever I was doing, unfortunately, wasn't enough, and I had to do a little bit more there. Stuff around the house, when things break, you gotta fix it.
Yeah.
And then I went out, got the Honda pretty quickly, met up with a friend. We started walking around, getting things done. And yeah, that's about it. Most notable is that I actually got a rank 1 Alolan Sandslash for PvP. Specifically for PvP. And that is pretty good. Let me see if I can find it. It's buried between all of this Sandslash, which I will have transferred eventually. Is this the one? Yeah, that it is. 0, 14, 15, which is the perfect IVs for it. If I actually max it out, which is actually to level 49, I can get the PvP rank 1 ready to go. So that's pretty cool. So I did get some wins today and some stuff. Again, this community today was mostly just like, they gave it mostly for the battlers. It wasn't much.
I agree.
It wasn't more like I need to have this shiny, mostly because both of them have been out for I don't know how many long at this point. Over a year now, probably 2 at this point. And because of the Kanto Tour and the Alolan Shinies and the Ultra Unlocks, it's nothing that we can scuff off because we've been hatching, catching, and doing for the last 2 years anyway. So definitely something that it wasn't much of an interest. I went back home a little bit early and then just passed out before the last hour and just that's all I did for most of the day anyways. It's nice to go walk around. I did see a lot of people actually playing today, so I'm actually kind of happy that to see the community was still a little bit interest in the game and into the Pokemon that's featured this day today. But I wasn't like going super hard this time around. I hatched a couple of eggs, it wasn't too bad. Although there was a little bit of a mistake from Niantic during a couple or hours before Community Day started around the world. For some reason, and I don't know if this was intentional or not, the eggs that you were getting before Community Day did not have any of the new spawns from the Alola season started. Since the Alola
Ah,
season started. So it was reverted back to the eggs before that happened. And we were like, the Twitter was like, wait, what's going on? Why are we getting eggs from the old season? And it was like, 312, 313, and people were getting those eggs. And we're like, why we cannot hatch this or do this, or why? Well, we can hatch, but not the ones that we want right now, especially because Rockruff and the starters and Yamo, they're in different X tiers right now.
I wonder why that is.
I think it was a mistake. I don't know if they just forgot to turn on the switch fully at the end. Because or Niantic Cat just doing his thing for the rest of the day, for sure. I don't know if it got. I know it got fixed before our Community Day, that's for sure. But everybody's incentivized to actually do hatching 1/4 hatch distance from the bonus of the Community Day, and you don't get the eggs that you want, and you're like, wait, why? So everybody was like questioning this. There wasn't any notice from Niantic about the egg problem. All we had some notices from Go Stadium and other sources of news that we have saying that if you had an egg that was not the right type or the right pool of Pokemon in that egg, that you can contact Niantic and then they'll fix it for you. But that was probably half a region, while by the time we actually got to our region, already got fixed. So we're kind of like, I don't know, why is this a thing? How is it happening? Why is it doing this? And Niantic never actually acknowledged it, which was kind of weird at that point. But hey, it got fixed. I don't think anybody got superly impacted on it. I mean, eggs were hatching pretty quickly, so you can just get them out of the way and then hatch new ones anyways. If you were spending money to hatch more eggs at once, that's a different story. But of course, you can always contact Niantic at that point. But again, I'm not sure why it did that. And again, I think it was just a mistake. And people were a little bit upset. And people were talking and everything. But it got what it needed. I don't think we're going to get like a, makeup thing for it or anything like that just for that reason. Because it was such a minimal mistake. Unless you're like hatching eggs over and over and over again. And it's only like the hardcore grinders that really do this. So it's not something that we expect it to be at the end.
Yeah, I will say two things really quick on that. One, if we had a way of throwing away eggs, I don't think it would have been a problem at all. I mean, well, I guess it would be because you'd still have to, wait until they fixed it. But I just I personally wasn't affected by it, but I can see where people would get annoyed. Say there's something in 2 kilometer eggs right now that you're hunting. Especially if it's one of the new Alolans. I could definitely see how you'd be distressed over it. But as somebody that hatches one egg at a time using the free incubator a lot, I personally didn't run into the issue.
Yeah.
Hatching eggs before the com day.
Yeah, again, it wasn't too much of a problem that I saw. If it was a full problem that everybody had and they couldn't fix it before Community Day and all that stuff, it's just weird to say the least. That much I know, that it was an interesting kind of thing in the end of the day. But again, aside from the outcries for some players, of course, we really don't think that it was a problem because of how fast you could just get those eggs out of the way. It was mostly 2Ks and 5Ks eggs anyway, so I don't know. It just seems interesting and weird, But I guess Niantic Cat is a thing. So, but yeah, no, that's really about it on that. Community Day was fun for a lot of people that were promoting a lot of different things. So, some of the things that we're not gonna cover in the news just because it's already over. But let me go ahead and go to the blog post for Community Day real quick, and let me understand and show that they had some interesting stuff that they wanted to support. They really are pushing Community Day to its limits right now. They had meetup events all around the world. I think we mentioned this last time, but I'm not entirely sure. They did have like in-person live events, and it was parts of Europe and Spain. There was I think one or two in the U.S., three in the U.S., and like everything else in like Mexico and all those places. And it's confirmation. It was just like the little billboards that they have in a little place where Niantic employees just sitting there, and then all of a sudden they tell you it's like, hey, have fun in community day kind of thing. And that's kind of fun. But I guess, a lot of Niantic is, or at least Pokemon Go proper, has been retweeting all those things that happened there. Another thing that we actually wanted to mention was they had a initiate, that's how you say it? I don't remember. Like almost up to 2 days before Community Day started around the world. And it said, and the funny thing is that this was only for United States, and it was a new Pokestop for your community. So they did a little contest that said, hey, trainers, in the spirit of the Community Day, we're offering trainers in the United States the chance to get a new temporary Pokestop added in their community. You had to show a video, do this, show where you play, things like that, and then submit it, I think, through Twitter with a hashtag, my Pokemon Go community. The entrance was from the 11th to the 14th. Up to 5 eligible entrants, randomly selected, and trainers will contact via Twitter by March 18 and ask to provide whatever additional information in place there is for that. So I saw a little thing that, I saw the little, like, the small little places that they put these things, plus all the cities that they mentioned in the last blog post. It was just like a massive community, small little, like, have you ever seen like the small little parks in Pokemon Go? Like they're so tiny that you know that it's a small like park for you, but it's like you barely even get 1 or 2 Pokemons in, and that's it. Maybe a gym if possible. But that small little parks that you see around, it was just filled with like 10, 15 Pokestuff because of the contest. And it was so funny to see like that small little park and just have like 15 Pokestops in one place. And it was kind of cool if you wanted to just stay in one place at a time. And that's the interesting part about it. But yeah, it was kind of nice to actually see. I guess, they wanted to really show the community what they were doing and things like that. And they're showing that they really care about how Community Day goes. Any thoughts on that? Any things that you may think that they're doing right or wrong at the end of the day?
Personally, I definitely like the idea. Mm-hmm. Getting the ability to put in a Pokestop, even if for a short time, and having people interact with each other on Twitter, and you might get some new friends that are in your community thanks to that. I've seen a lot of people talk bad about it, and I can see why, but I do think this is something that can help the Pokemon community. I just think they need to, get people on board with it, I guess, more. Personally, though, I think it's definitely a good thing. I could see this being something that they do once a month, where people can compete to try and get their community to get a new Pokestop for even a short amount of time.
I think the Pokestops I do believe that the Pokestops are going to last for 6 months, but I'm not entirely sure. Right? It may only be a few, and they take away like the 5 out of the 10 that they had in there, but they keep some of the Pokestops there for future embers at a time.
I could see that because I know a lot of people are complaining that it's short period and not a permanent Pokestop.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they make it a regular competition where people can try to win it constantly, I do think it's a very good idea. How do you feel about it?
I think it's a great idea, especially because it actually wants to bring the community together. And there's many places that it requires a lot of help when it comes to Community Day. And I think this is a way to do it. I just, I don't think that this is the best way to go about it if you're going to literally give us only 2 or 3 days heads up. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of out of nowhere, and all of a sudden everybody was like, well, why didn't you tell us when we were already getting ready? Because we're getting ready, we just need to wait for community day to start, if they give us like a period of time to help during community day, that's better. But I see the initiative of what Niantic is really doing, and I like it. I mean, I really do like it. I wish that I could have just go ahead and put my stuff in, but I live in a more city-like area. If I go, 20 minutes, 30-minute car drive somewhere, and then I don't have a problem with the Pokestops or anything. So I felt like I was taking away that ability if I would have won, and I'd be like, okay, cool, this is how it happens. But no, it's one of those things in the end of the day. As for how they're doing things, just keep grinding. That's all I'm saying. They are trying to push community day to its limits, and I really like that idea from them. To just have to make it a little bit better, and hopefully listen to the community just a little bit more, even though they're supposed to be listening to us already. But I know a lot of people did get scuffed because of the incest nerf and everything. So it's not like it's all wonderful and chunky at the time. But anyways, I could go on for a little bit longer, but I feel like I'll just be ranting and just putting the same words all over again. So kudos to Niantic, thank you so much. And that's really much about it about Community Day. I hope everybody had a wonderful time. Do remember, we do know our dates for next month's Community Day. We just don't know what the Pokemon is. But we are in spring, so that means it's time to look at the spring colors. Just real quick, we did actually want to recap the Alola Start event, which, gave us Jungoose and all the starters for Generation 7. I really love the spawns. I've been loving the whole Welcome to Alola season so far. The spawns, everything. Even today, I even caught a wild Swilas, wild Sharpedo. I think like a wild Gyarados every now and then. I'm just like, what is going on?
I was going to say the wild Dark King. I mean,
yeah.
I got Gyarados.
Well, okay, so in the last 2 days, it's been like incredibly windy here in Florida, or at least in my area, and most of Florida at this point. But just incredibly windy. It's been windy weather for 2 days straight. We just now ended our windy weather types. And of course, it happens. It happens during Community Day. And I can't go out and hunt the Dragon types. And I want a Como, or whatever his Revolution is. Yeah. And I just can't. Sing Divine One.
I think it's called Jangmo.
Jammo.
For the baby. I saw one, but it was while I was at an airport, and it was outside of the airport. I could not even look at that thing.
Yeah, no, it was just one of those things in the end of the day, so too bad, so sad. But yeah, I've been loving the Alolan spawn season of Alola spawns. We do have a lot of it news coming up in just a minute. So, any thoughts? Any ratings on this? I know that it's the full season, but we did get a small little event that gave us most of the spawns. So now that they're back to it, how do you feel?
Now that we're back to
just regular seasonal spawns, like vanilla spawns, like we call it, the full vanilla spawns right now.
I don't think they're horrible right now.
Yeah.
Just because of all the new additions that we have to hunt for. That's just personally. I know there's a lot of there's still a lot of secret Alolan spawns, right? Or did those get taken away?
They're still out there, but they're not as spawning as big piles anymore as we had before. I think the event was like 7 days or something in the end of the day, and it just ended.
Yeah, I think the event was still going on when I saw a few of the things I was seeing. It's always fun to see, an Alolan Geodude or something out in the wild.
Right.
Instead of having to hatch it, after walking 7 kilometers. But yeah, I personally don't have a problem with the vanilla spawns we've been getting, thanks to a little bit of new spawns within them.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's been bad personally.
Yeah, like I said, it's one of the things. But I really do I really did like the start of it. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10 just because, or I'll give it an 8.5 just because the spawns. I mean, I love the starters, and I can't go wrong without them. The legendary was okay. It did lose its value pretty quickly, so it's kind of like a one and done unless you get the Hondo. And then, of course, the one thing that I complain about is that Rockruff doesn't ever spawn in 1-tiered eggs. Hello, Niantic, where are they?
Dude, I haven't seen them at all. I refuse to believe people are finding these raids. I keep seeing people post shiny Rockruff on Twitter, in the Discord even.
Yeah.
But where are they?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
You're lying to me.
I found one going to community day today, and I was parked on a red light. I didn't notice, and then when I restarted my game and I was about to just get in the highway, I see the 8-minute timer on a Rockruff, and I'm like, you bastards. Why today of all days you give me one Rockruff? And I was out for a couple of hours and I didn't see one, brother. Like, not even one.
They're hiding them from you.
I hate that Bellsprout, man. That Bellsprout just like loves to hatch out of those eggs, and I'm just like, why?
dude, I'm not even hitting like Bellsprout. It's always been
Snuffle?
Pampy.
Oh, Fanfi.
Or Fanfi.
I could do for a Fanfi just because I didn't get the shiny from the Johto event, but I'm not gonna do a remote raid for it. Like, there is.
Well, that's the thing. I had I got it from the Johto event, so I'm not, wanting to do. Yeah, I'm not wanting to use a remote pass on it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like there's no point. I mean, we do have the extra bonus of getting 2 free raid passes as long as you spend them and use them.
Yeah.
But there's just nothing
I
want to.
should have done that.
There is nothing I want to do. Unless the Rock spawns, or maybe there's an interest in Tapu Koko, there is nothing that I want to do. There's no Mega that I want to do. There's no 3-star. Okay, maybe that's wrong. I've been doing Raichus or Alolan Raichus for a couple of times just because I still want to get the shiny. I still not got the shiny of that.
Dude, I'm gonna vent for a second. People keep sending me Alolan Raichu raids, and there's only 2 Shundos I have.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is Alolan Raichu. And that is the only raid people have been sending me for the past week is Alolan Raichu. Are you kidding me? I don't know.
I
don't need it.
I don't need it. I technically don't need it. I got the Hondo, so I don't really need it anymore either, but just getting the shiny will be nice. Like, even my coworker has one, and I'm just like, she only did like 1 raid and still got it. So, oh my god. Anyways, that's Alolan start. Anyways, let's go into our research topics of the week. We got a couple of news to talk about. First and foremost, we are starting 2022 strong with the very first Safari Zone that will be actually held in Seville. Seville or Seville? It's like the Spain's very first Safari Zone, which I'm kind of digging that. It will it will be on Friday, May 13 to Sunday, May 15. So it will be like a 3-day event, just like the thing. Of course, they spread it out, and we keep forgetting about this because it's been such a long time since we actually had a community or a Safari Zone or any of events like this in real life. But they spread it out. They learned from their very first mistake of a 1-day Safari Zone. And now you can pick the date, go to the Safari Zone, play the event, and then just have the whole weekend to yourself unless you're playing the last day or something. But that's how it is. Tickets are not available. It is, I believe, £21 or whatever the currency in Spain is. And it will embody the spirit of Seville Fable founder Hercules, or something like that. There will be a couple of Pokemon that will break region lock here. Tauros will actually start spawning in that part of the area for the event. We have Wild Dinos. Unknown E will be spawning, and I believe the shiny is available. Miltank, Solrock, and Corphish. Now, unless Corphish shiny comes out before this event starts, people were just gonna go for the Tauros or the Dino at that point. Maybe the Unknown if things are go about it. Let me ask you, how many unknowns do you have in total? Like, how many forms of
Like,
unknowns?
oh, how many forms?
Yeah.
Let me check that.
Yeah.
I don't think well, like, I'm trying to, oh, dude, I just got a raid.
Oh,
Oh
God.
my gosh, it's a rock! I will tell you as soon as I'm done with this rock rough raid. How does
Oh,
that
I think
sound?
I'm actually getting invited to it too. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, paper. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
But I do have, I believe I'm actually missing like 6, 7 forms of unknown right now. So it's not too
Okay.
bad. I believe a little bit more than that. But anyways, yeah, just getting all 26 forms of unknowns is one thing for sure. It's one of those things. It's not bad. But this will be another event for it to get it. Fortunately, we'll not be able to attend because we are not rich like that. We're
Yeah,
not
no.
fortunate enough. Unless Niantic, wink, wink, give us like the heads up. It's like, hey, we'll get the tickets. Come on. I'm
And
just kidding.
500.
But yeah, that is the very first community, or I'm sorry, Safari Zone of 2022. Mark your calendars if you want to go attend. I'm pretty sure some of the content creators are gonna start moving around now. We actually had trainer tips in Indiana, I believe. So he went for Community Day. We had a few in Washington, some of them in California. So it seems like the push back into the content of content creators are finally going back to it. So I'm actually liking it.
Yeah, I'm excited because trainer tips has pretty much been my OG for liking Pokemon Go.
Yeah, yeah. And training tips have taken quite a bit of a break since then, but still, rock only, please. But yeah, it's quite. I just like it. I love that they're finally getting back to initiating the live events. So we may actually get GoFest announcements pretty soon. I hope that we get something that or someplace that we want. Yeah, look at the shiny.
Yo,
Oh God.
I'll give you a hint. Mine isn't.
Okay, what is your CP though?
Not as good as yours either.
Yeah, yeah.
My
650. I
God,
don't think. Oh my God, I didn't have to do 20,000 race for it. I believe. I believe.
believe in the rough.
Relief in the rough. I am so happy. So happy.
Now you gotta thank paper.
Thank you, paper. Oh, not bad IVs either. 3 stars. 12,
Shiny.
15, 13.
Oh, dude, I literally got a 10, 10, 10.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Oh my.
We'll keep doing them. I think it's one of those things that you need 4 of anyway. So getting more shinies would not be bad. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
I didn't think of getting the shiny today either. So that's pretty cool. I love it. I love it. We can trade it for lucky trades and see if we actually get lucky or a better one, anyways. I don't mind, but we can do that later, of course. But yes, thank you so much, paper. Let's go back into the news because that was exciting, anyways. Another quick thing that they added is, of course, the Turkish language has now been is supported in Pokemon Go. So now we are people
Oh,
in Turkish language. It's now there.
um,
So
really quickly, I will say I've seen a lot of people complain that the spawns for this Safari Zone were kind of lacking compared to other ones.
oh, okay. Well,
How do you feel about that?
I don't think they're bad, and that's because Pokemons are finally breaking the regions once again, just like they used to. Again, if they actually give Corphish a shiny before the release of this event, I think that the spawns are actually pretty great. I know that we already have Milton and Sorok for a while. Dino is still a super rare Pokemon anyways. Taurus is something that a lot of people can get unless they do insanely amount of raids. The Unknown is always welcome, and then of course Corphish. But it's only whatever they actually post here is not gonna be all the spawns either way. It's gonna have way more spawns, way other things, and that's what I really like about Safari Zones because they're like mini GoFest events, and that's
Yeah, I don't think they're bad.
yeah.
I will say seeing Tauros there as an American, it doesn't really make me want to go there.
Right, no, it's just one of
Um,
those things. But I would love to actually go to Spain and just visit in the community and everything. It will actually be
yeah.
something that hopefully in the future I can do if I get to that point. But right now it's just more like I'm gonna cover the news here in the United States. I'll be in the United States. You guys just get whatever I get, whatever the people tell me, anyways. But yeah, it's not bad. I mean, you can go. I mean, you can report.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If I can pay for the plane ticket, by all means.
Hey, you gotta do
I'm
what you
I'm
gotta do.
looking forward to going to Germany again. If they have a safari zone in Germany, by all means.
Yeah, yeah. We do have to, of course, address the elephant in the room. There is a lot going on around the world that unfortunately has been causing a lot of, hate and things like that. Not just Pokemon Go, but how the world is right now. Niantic actually took the initiative and actually took away gameplay and downloadable content from that region specifically, or at least that country specifically. So we won't cover that exact news just because I don't want to make this a podcast about, political news or anything that's happening in the world.
Yeah.
Just know that unfortunately that's what they decided. I know that some of them are some players are being affected really badly about it, but unfortunately it is what it is. If you want to support, there are definitely links that we can link you to if you want to know more. We'll search for it, we'll go look into it, but we'll talk about it outside of the podcast, outside of things, if you guys want to get involved and anything like that. So just keep in mind that's something that it has happened, and I am sorry for the players out there, but it is what it is at this point. We can't really, change their decision. Not another shiny, luckily. Oh, that's hilarious. So yeah. Anyways, let's go back into another piece of news. And this I'll let you talk about, Mr. Chris.
All right, all right, all right. Okay, we are looking forward to a new Pokemon getting its debut, and if you don't remember, we're getting a lot of love for the Alola region right now with the season of Alola. So, who's making its debut? Well, Oricorio makes its dazzling Pokemon Go debut during the Festival of Colors event. You may be asking yourself, there are different forms of Oricorio. How are they going to implement it? Well, it's a little bit disappointing because it's going to be a regional.
Yes, Oricoro makes its debut into Pokemon Go. So 4 different forms it will have. It's 4 different types of forms. Now we do have form change, but we don't have a base Oricoro that we can just change his form to. I don't know if that will be a thing, but let's talk about the news specifically. So, the Festivals of Colors 2022 global event, which will start on Tuesday, March 15, which is in 2 days, at 10 a.m. local time, and Sunday, March 20th at 8 p.m. local time. The bonuses, or at least the global event bonuses of this event, will be the lure modules activated during the event will last for 3 hours, so community day hours, and take snapshots every day during the event for a surprise.
You see that little star it has next to it?
If you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny Pokemon. So that means that... Wait, hold... No.
What will it be?
I don't think the Oricora will be shinies.
No. If I had to guess, it's likely it's either going to be like Vulpix or Marowak.
Like yeah, they could also do that.
That's just my prediction. I'm not sure, but I think it's very interesting that they put that little asterisk for the lucky shiny notification.
Yeah, unless Murgle is gonna
very unlikely.
unless Murgle. Wait, Festival of Colors. Murgle is the painting Pokemon with all the colors. That? So I think Murgle can be a shiny now, or will be released throughout or re-released back into this event.
Okay.
So
I could see that.
I missed that. Thank you, Chris, for noting that out. That is an interesting thing. So it's a possibility you may get shiny Murgle, which is not something that you can get often these days. We did get it during the Go Tour because it was part of course, the Generation 2 grind. But again, one of those things, so hopefully you get the shiny or not. So let's go into more details about how this event works. So the Pokemon debut, just like we know, Oricoro, will have 4 different base forms. the Bailey style Oricoro, the one that dances like, it's in Spain or something, I guess, will be in the Europe, Middle East, and Africa. We have Pompon style Oricoro in Americas. Because, of course, it wants to be in the Americans. Oh my god. Pau style Oricoro will be appearing in Africa, Pacific, and Caribbean islands. And then we have the Sensu style Oricoro, which will be the Asia Pacific region. Now, each form does contain different typing. Pompon style for us will be electric. I think the Power style is fairy, but I can't remember.
I think so. No. Psychic.
Psychic?
Yeah, and then the Sensu is ghost
Right,
flying, which
Jessica.
I really
And
like.
then Bailey, I believe, is the fire type, but I can't remember. I don't think so.
I'm not sure. That one I'm not sure on.
I'll check it out whenever we get those news for sure, or whenever it's released. There will be a collection challenge. Colorful collection challenge. Complete the collection challenge to contribute in elite collect a medal and earn 20,000 experience, 3,000 stardust, and encounter with Oricoro. The Oricoro style, of course, will be based on your region, so don't get too hyped about getting every single one. Welcome back to the regionals, I guess. We have wild spawns. The following Pokemon will appear more frequently in the wild: Drowsy, Horsey, Gligar, Slugma, Tailo, Trampage, Turtwig, Cronknot, Fletchling, Bailey style, all the other types of Oricoros depending on your region. That seems pretty cool. Every single one of these spawns can be shiny.
Yeah, I want that Slugma.
Slugma is definitely one that I want. So it's nice and neat. If you're lucky, you might encounter things like Beautifly, Dustox, and Alomomola, which also can be another shiny, although Dustal and Beautifly will not be shiny. We have raids. 1-star raids, we got Jigglypuff, Torchic, Trico, Mudkip, and Rockruff. Of course, they're never gonna let Rockruff go. 3-star, we got Marowak, Alolan Marowak, Chansey, Umbreon, and Dratigan. 5 stars, we'll have Therian Form Tornadoes. And in Mega Raids, we'll have Mega Lopunny. Just to mention that Therian Form Tornadoes will be making its form shiny debuts at the time of the event starts. So, pretty cool in that regard, I guess. But, long time coming, I guess. I never really got the others, the other form shiny for this, for Tornadoes. I never got shiny.
I'm not sure. I think I got one of each, but I think I might have missed one too, so I'm not sure.
I know I got Landorus and the other ones, but I never really got this form specifically. I think, did the other style got shiny forms yet? I think it's just been released as regular forms, right?
Shoot. I think this is the first time we're seeing the Therian for all of them.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I do have a 98 Tornadoes and a Honda Tornadoes.
Yeah, because if you don't have it, no, there's no way that it wasn't released yet.
Yeah.
Or sorry, that it was released.
I think I got the Honda pretty early, but that was his other form. But anyways, aside from that, of course, shiny is being available once again, so it will have some type of demand. So I guess some people will actually be doing it when it comes out. Not a bad thing in the end of the day.
Yeah, it's too bad we can't do a form change on that one yet.
Well, it's the same thing as Giratina.
Yeah.
We have field research encounters. We'll have things like Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Charmander, Alolan Grimer, Castform, Sunny Castform, Rainy Castform, Snowy Castform, Plant Coke Burmy, Sand Coke Burmy, and Trash Cloak Burmy. So a lot of colorful research for all of this. The shiny form Castform is something that I still need, and the Burmese, of course. So interesting.
Yeah, I'm personally surprised they haven't released any other of the cast forms yet.
I don't know either. Why not? I guess they're waiting for the right time. I can guess maybe sunny form in like summer and then snowy form back in winter. But of course, this year may seem more likely to happen.
I mean, I don't know if we were going to talk about it originally, but they took out the snow for Pokemon Go. Like you can't see it visually.
Yeah.
So I'm almost wondering if that's part of the reason that they wouldn't put it in until they fix that at least.
I don't know. They're taking a while to fix that issue for sure. So it's not something It'll pan out eventually. It'll pan out eventually. So give it a time. If you're lucky, you may encounter research breakthrough for or research for all the Oricora styles in your region. And you also can complete field research to get Mega Energy. So Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard's Mega Energy are available as it is. Okay. Sorry, I need to sneeze. And then new avatar items will be available at the time of the event. So Festival Colors has also been some kind of a nice little event that shows different types and different other Pokemons in the wild and anything like that. So I'm actually kind of excited, mostly because most of the spawns are shiny available and can be shiny available and all that. So keep it real. I keep checking Jungus and no shinies. And it's not another shiny. So pretty cool, pretty nice, pretty okay. And that's it. That's all the real news that we have this week. So I guess it's time to get some PvP section get going. Chris, here we go.
All right.
And we got a couple of updates. Of course, GBL is still in its interlude season and will be for the next few months. We are in the Ultra League right now. And it's only once every... thank you, Kanta. Once a week, we're actually getting a good rotation of stuff. So we have... This time it's just Ultra League and Ultra League Premier. I guess I can finally screen this. Ganta! Ganta! Anyways. But yeah, so... GVL has been kind of nice. I still haven't done that many battles, but again, I just been doing whatever I can. I'm in the second or fourth research of it, so... I'm like... win 16 battles. Have you done any battles there, Chris?
Yeah. I was on a pretty good win streak actually. Somehow I got up to a 20 win streak, which I think is the highest I've been. I thought it was gonna keep going, but nah.
Yeah.
Everybody was just weak to a Lapras lead for a while. It was really weird.
Well, this is incentivizing people to actually play the game, and some people are still getting new to the PvP scene and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it. I'm alright with it. If that's the case.
I know that a lot of people are actually getting to rank 20 already.
Yeah.
And one of them was somebody's mom and all she was doing was going in with the auto rack.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was like,
so I'm sorry, I don't remember whose mom it was, but if you're listening by chance, just let your mom know she did very good. I'm sure you already did. But yeah, I think it's really impressive. How fast people are hitting it, and I'm definitely gonna be trying myself. I'm only at rank 6 or something right now.
Yeah, and I think I just got I think I just got 6 or something too. So I haven't fully committed yet, but it's mostly because I'm just trying a few things. And we switched pretty quickly, so I really didn't have the time to get a lot of my Pokemons ready for battles for the Ray League. Although Ultra League is still my best, and right now I have so many Ultra League Pokemons.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad I didn't do more Great League. I don't know, something about GBL. I've just been thinking of it more as a chore. Than it being fun.
Yeah.
I do like that they've made it possible to do more sets in the week. In the day for a short period of time.
Yeah, which is nice. It's nice to give that incentive to players, and the Stardust is kind of ranking up right now, so that's pretty good too. In the end of the day, I think that this is a nice little refresher from it. We're not doing the battles because we need to. We're doing the battles because we want to. It's how I see it, really, in the end of the day. So keep it out, keep in mind, and just have fun. You'll never know. I'll probably teach my friend who's actually been playing with me for the last few times and see how well he starts doing in the Go Battle League. I'll say, hey man, I'll teach you. I
will show you the ways.
Show you the way. You know the way. I know the way. Anyways, before we get into the last piece of news for this GBL update, or I'm sorry, GBL, but PvP section, we do have factions update, Chris. Wink, wink.
Yes, sir. I don't remember the last thing we talked about. I think it's literally just been a week.
It's been
So
a week.
all I have to tell you about is this one. Let me just double check. Because I think I'm right, but I'm not sure. First I'll tell you about this week. This was bout 7, so it's the 7th week for us. And I was very confident versus the person I went against, Mushroom King. And oh my gosh, was he a good battler? Oh my gosh. I didn't get. Oh no! I don't think I talked about last week, but I'll reiterate on that after this. But I went 1-2 versus him. He played very very well. Um, and oh my gosh, was that a Zoomerl chunky? But the rest of my team did very well. None of us got swept.
Okay.
Nobody got a 0-3. And one of our people, our Master League specialist, um, you know, they've won literally every single match this season. Um, but one of our Fusion Cup people actually got a 3-0, so they
Oh,
were able
nice.
to get a sweep. And
Nice.
we won with a 11-10. So one of our closest weeks, literally the closest you can be.
Nice.
So GG's to NMPVP. They were exceptional battlers. It came right down to the wire. So because of that, I know that we're cemented into a Silver League
All
next
right.
season.
All
So I'm
right.
super excited in that.
Couple more
Um,
seasons and you get that goal in platinum.
Yeah, we were super close to the
So,
gold league, but I think we just need to beat the Great Unknown last week. I will mention really quick, just because I'm not sure if I talked about them on the last podcast, but I did very poorly. I went 0-3 versus Hunter Ninja, and we lost with a 7-14. So it wasn't mega close, but if I had performed better, it definitely would have been a lot closer. I'm very happy with my team because we were able to do a 5-2 record.
right?
So I'm looking forward to the silver tier next season.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Uh, well, congratulations, and just keep on grinding. Get that platinum, brother. I want you
Yes,
top
sir.
number one.
I'll
I
be
want you. To,
trying.
I want to go. I want you to go to Worlds as a
Oh
team.
God.
Do it.
I'm honestly disappointed with the amount of people that are making fun of people trying to make Pokemon Go
An esport.
competitive,
Yeah.
and make it, something that you can do at Worlds.
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem with there being more things that are competitive?
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
there's competitive stuff for like fighting games and all that stuff. So why can't we Pokemon Go do the same? It has
Yeah,
strategy. It has strategy. So
yeah. It's not rock paper scissors like people think it is.
no, it's definitely you definitely have to plan out. Maybe one of these days, if we don't actually have a lot of news, we'll cover more PvP in depth stuff. Maybe bring in a guest and give us a little bit more hints and about how things go.
Cool.
But yeah, I think I've been teasing that for the last few times. But again, every time we got a podcast, there's always news to cover. So if we have a really slow week, I'll try to plan it out as much as possible for that. So with that being said, let's get into the last piece of news here while we do another rock rough because paper got kind of nice. Paper kit. Nice. Something that we actually didn't cover in the last few weeks, mostly because there's been a lot of news to cover, anyways, is the Pokemon Go Dev Diary. So, the last Dev Diary actually happened on February 25th, 2022. So, again, it's been close to a month at this point. But this one actually covers the PvP GPL meta and how things go from there. I definitely did alluded to say just go and read the article. It will be more than enough for you guys to cover. But I do want to note a few things that they focus on things. So, they The focus area is prioritizing a few things. So the battle code, rewriting the restructure of the code to more stability and flexibility for future engineering work.
Okay.
Fast attack fixes, addressing the fast attack inconsistency. So we know that there's been always inconsistency when it comes to the fast attacks, especially when you sneaking one in right before a charge move or something like that, or it starts working later than your opponent or something like that. So we know they know that those kind of things are a thing to talk about. They're gonna be working on a battle log or logging basically. It provides a way for trainers to submit detailed reports after a poor battling experience so our team can be more effectively in diagnosing issues and fix them faster. This is the same as the raid thing that they've been actually implementing to, if you had any problems with raids or you missed the raid pass or something happened and things like that, then you can just log in your logo, go to Niantic or go to support and then just ask them. It's like, hey, can you help me fix this or help me refund this kind of thing? And, that gives them data of how things go poorly in the experience. Same thing. It will be the same thing for Battle League, of course. And then urgent bug priority, addressing the bugs that occur in Go Battle League and a method that provides the most impact to our trainers. Same thing, just like different things like, the cheating stuff that, you can just move away from the app while a charge move goes through, then you go back and all of a sudden you're like, you can, you're winning or something, or things like that just addresses the way Pokemon Go Battle League can be good or not, depending on how it is. So they want to address those kind of things. So some questions when it comes to Go Battle League is like the latency or the Wi-Fi for how it works. They say that the best way to go about it is to disconnect out of the Wi-Fi, connect to the Wi-Fi, get a strong connection, use a ping tool again, things like that helps the Go battles go a little bit faster. Yes, you may have like the strongest internet in the world, the fastest internet in the world, but that doesn't mean that you have latency at one point. So
yeah, it's weird.
Interesting. So there is something they did mention, and I actually wanted to cover this real quick. So how does the Go Battle League matchmaking system works? And this has been an interesting topic to go about it when it comes to it. So it says right here, the battling community has done an amazing job analyzing and utilizing the best Pokemon to maximize their victories. There is no algorithm. Again, let me repeat that. There is no algorithm that matches the trainers based off of their selected Pokemons. But we love watching the community build their own strategies featuring new and interesting structures. However, there are tiers of trainer skills levels that are matched against each other, which can create different strategies in certain skill brackets. So, right there and then, kind of debunks the whole thing. There is no algorithm in the game. It doesn't pair you up based on the Pokemon that you have on the lead and things like that. It's just that a lot of players play this game and they know how to actually, counter you when things happen like that. Yes, unfortunately, it is blind battles. So you can go in on a bad lead, but it's your job as a player to know how to fix and overcome that kind of bad leads in the end of the day. So
yeah, it's all superstition.
Yeah. And
a lot of people say if you're going to hit a good lead, chances are 50% of the time you're going to also hit a bad lead in the future.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 chance at this point. And it's not
Unless
just...
you got a bad lead.
well, think about it in the other perspective, in the other POV. If you have the good lead, then that means that your opponent has some bad lead. So it's a somewhat of a rock, paper, scissors, but at the same time, you just need to know how your typings work, what's the best team for you. We have many resources out there that show, what's your best team composition and how far it can get you before you hit a brick wall of the same thing over and over again, because there is somewhat of a meta, and we know that because we've been seeing it since the beginning of Go Battle League started, or even before that, when Silt Arena was a thing and before Go Battle League was a thing. Silt Arena was the very first thing that gave us the ability to show how the meta can work. And once Go Battle League came into the fruition, since this is a complete different mechanic than what we're used to in a pick 6 show or show 6 pick 3 kind of deal, we know that the meta is going to be strong because of those Pokemons are always going to be strong. Azumarill, Registeel, Skarmory, Altaria, things like that that just show to be the top of the meta in in things like the Great League or other Pokemons in the Ultra League or even the Master League at this point. It's just how you play the game. So, and how you want a strategist to be part of that game. So, you gotta show. You gotta show how well it works for you. And you just gotta have fun with doing it. If you don't work with one team, try another one. If you can be stuck with one thing for a long time, do it. I mean, who else is to tell you that it's not working? If it works, right? So
Yeah, in my opinion, you also need to give your team enough time for you to learn it. You know, you can't lose 2 battles with a team and then go, oh, this team sucks.
right.
When you had a win condition. If you
Yes.
have win conditions, keep the team.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're just not gonna be able to have a team of 3 every single time and be like, this is going to always decimate the meta. There's no way.
You're never gonna have a perfect team.
Right.
It's impossible.
People have actually win battles by the smash of their teeth, even by having a bad lead, a strong counter, and even so, people have strategized how well you can go about farming energy, storing energy, switching mechanics, and how well you can actually switch fast enough or read your opponent's moves to be able to switch fast enough against those kind of things. There's so much in depth to cover when it comes to Go Battle League, and I love it. I just wish there was a little more incentive on doing it, you know? So that's the only difference when it comes down to it. But that's how I see it. That's how I like it in the end of the day. Then after that, then of course they do address more about the fast attack and how things think consistently about it, the battle code mechanic and the battle login. They go a little more in depth on those kind of things. But if you really want to read it, the blog post is in the website. Just check out the dev diary. The next one should be coming out probably another 2 months from now, so we'll see what they want to talk about. But yeah, I do believe that that's how Pokemon Go, or at least the GBL, should be. And hopefully this interlude season that we have right now can give us a more in-depth of what they're planning for the future. Now that the World Championships are at bay and this interlude season has keeping us in, if they give us a good incentive of keeping the battles going and how we want to actually learn how to do PvP, I'm all for it. And I'll keep in mind always.
Yeah, the smoother the game runs, the more likely people are to join the PvP scene. I definitely feel.
Yes, definitely. Before we end the podcast, there is actually one last little thing that we forgot to mention. And that is the Pokemon Go TCG collaboration.
Yes.
They have announced some of the product that Pokemon Go TCG is going to have. And it's actually pretty amazing. So let me go to Pokemon Go, or TCG Pokemon Go, I guess.
And you know, the chance is, for the stuff they have announced, there could still be a lot more too.
Yes.
But yeah, there's been a ton that I've heard of.
Yeah, and it's kind of amazing. We're gonna have premium boxes with the leaders up front. The cards have not been revealed yet, but it's gonna come on July 1st. And it's getting to be kind of cool to see this kind of thing. 2 worlds colliding into one thing, and it's amazing. So, Team Collection, Premium Collection, Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box Plus, a lot of different things. There's a picture right here that shows like the premium boxes. I do want them, and I kind of want 2 of each, just because I want to open one and keep one sealed. I actually want to keep this one sealed, brother.
I need to keep one of each sealed.
Yeah.
And I may open one of the Valor ones.
I want to keep one sealed and then one, and I want to keep one or open which one of them. I do want the ETB Elite Trainer boxes plus 2. So there's going to be like Pokemon Center and everything like that too when it comes down to it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how they do the Pokemon Center exclusive.
Yeah.
Because that also kind of usually implies that there's, a normal ETB that they do in the wild.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need both.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to need both. At least one seal for everything. So just because of how cool it's starting to look and things like that. So, Chris, you're my guy. So tell me when to start buying.
Easy. Just so you know, and possibly anybody else that wants to order any, there will be a a period when you are able to pre-order it online on the Pokemon Center website, PokemonCenter.com, I believe, and that is for America. There is also one in the UK and one in Canada, but when you pre-order it, it does not charge your card until it ships. So I believe it ships in about May. I may be wrong. Definitely double check that. Because I'm not. No. I'm thinking of a different set. My bad.
Yeah.
I think that's Astro Radiance.
So you may think maybe at the end of May, beginning of June, you start seeing pre-orders.
Well, I expect it to go up before then.
Okay.
Because usually they put it up about 2 months beforehand. Just keep your eye out. I would join Twitter and join a few of the pages that keep an eye on things like that.
Yeah.
If we see it, we'll tell about it in the podcast. I'm assuming it's still going to be available for pre-order. I don't think people are going to hop on this and buy it out. So I do think everybody that wants to get it will get a chance to get it. Let me put it that
I'll
way.
just wait until they release something that people want, and then
Yeah.
just release a Charizard, a Mega Charizard thing, and that's all they need to do.
I think we're gonna all get a chance to pre-order what we need to until they announce a big chase.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna announce anything crazy until after the pre-orders go up.
Yeah. And again, it's gonna be like a really small, well, not a really small set, but it's still somewhat of a set. We don't know if it's gonna be just like a holiday set kind of thing, and then just it's just for collectible kind of stuff, or if actually going to impact the TCG meta or anything like that. So
yeah, we still don't know how big this is going to be, but since we're fans of both both scenes, Pokemon Go and Pokemon cards, I definitely want to get in on that.
Yeah, definitely. So with that being said, I believe that we are done for the podcast. Anything else that we gotta cover, Chris?
Nah. I think we covered everything very well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for anybody listening to the podcast and come through our live streams. You can always check us out in the Apple podcast feeds, of course, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, many other places. If you can, please leave a review. We would greatly appreciate it. Even if it's a bad review, I'll take them. I don't know.
These guys stink.
If you want to follow us on the social media of yourself at Pure Lighter Go, Chris at PKNN Trigger Please. Yes, that is PKMN Trigger Please. You can email us anything to the Purified Podcast at gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Let us know how your community day was or how everything else is. If you want a shout out or anything like that, we'll let you know. And of course, you can always check us out at the purifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. Chris, with that being said, I think it's time you take us away for the night.
All right. Carrying on what he said, if you guys want to, show off a shiny you got, anything really, just let us know. And, maybe we'll shout you out, show you off on our next Twitch live. But yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic week. We'll see you next week, and hopefully, we got some more exciting news for you. I'm sure we will. But yeah, have a great night out there, and get all the Alolan Pokemon your heart desires. Peace out.
Keep purifying them, and we'll see you guys next time.